And I gotta be honest with you, it's a different world. It wasn't like this when we were young. And that's one of the other questions I'm gonna go into what we had to do in order to consummate, if you will. We actually might as well parlay right into it. Think of the things we had to do back in the day to get nearer. And I'm talking, when I say that, I'm talking about haircuts, talking about your clothes had to be a certain way. You had to be respectful to their mom for the duration of that visit. This woman might have came to the door, might be something you would never ever want to be near, and you were like, "Hey, Mrs. So-and-so, you in the house, you sitting, you may not have ever sat straight up in your damn life, but you sitting straight up, you're being charming, all the time you thinking, yeah.
Your daughter don't know.
Yeah, I know your mama work night shift, and we get close to when she gonna have to leave. Question is, you gonna make me leave or not?
Yeah.
Am I gonna get to stay? How we gonna do this?
Should I stay or should I go?
But think of the things we had to do back then, as opposed to what now you can see everything, and they're not ashamed that you know their identity. You know what I mean? Like I remember, no joke. I remember putting quarters in the machine, and the machine would show you so much on the pornography thing.
Yeah.
I never looked for quarters harder in my life, man. I'm on the floor, like, bro, my man, can I? Like, dude, here's $5, man. I need 3 quarters. Take the 5. Give me 3 quarters.
So you be in the couch like.
You know what I'm saying? The first time I went to one of those machines, I didn't know what they were, cause my friend he knew about it because he had an older brother. So I put a quarter in. I said, okay.
Yeah, it was quick.
What's going on?
It was quick.
Another quarter?
You learned the value of a quarter that day.
I put 4 quarters in.
And you thought you was gonna sit back.
Yeah, then I was done. So I'm not doing this. I'm done because I'm out of quarters.
I'll never forget that. You in that little booth.
Yeah.
And you like, all right, I gotta put 6 quarters in. Something gonna happen. Never fails. As soon as it gets up to it, boom.
But the funny thing about us is we were kind of young. I was in that booth with Mark Patrick. We were just there watching the little movie, putting our quarters in, you know.
And that was what we had to do.
Downtown Ace Amusement.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was what we had to do.
Uh-huh.
Remember, I mean, now you can have your pants sagging, showing underwear that's not clean, because we had to have clean underwear because you didn't know what was going to happen. You was betting on something was going to happen. We was buying like 3 for $25 shirts, all kind of different things.
Cologne.
It
wasn't a good kind.
No, it was crazy, man. You going all the way across town.
On a bus.
I'm going to give y'all my craziest story that I did to do what I needed to do. And if y'all want to chime in, go ahead and chime in. But I don't think y'all can mess with me.
No, believe me, I know we can't. I know we can't.
Not.
Oh, no, we can't.
I'm sitting at home. I get the call. It's like, come over. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Soup's on. Bring your ladle. It's about to go down. I'm like, cool. I hang up the phone. Start getting dressed. You throw on anything. You just ready to go. Open up the door, look outside. It's like 5 inches of snow. I gotta go 3 neighborhoods. About 3 neighborhoods. Hardly any buses was running or anything. Cars was getting stuck. But as you guys know with my history, the U.S. mail was delivered.
I was gonna say, my man. I was gonna say, I know you got up in that snow.
The problem was when you do stuff like that, afterwards, like immediately afterwards, like, why the hell did I do this? Because now you got to get all the way back home.
This is called, they call it post-nut clarity.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. If we can get you to say it louder, please, so everybody understands.
It's called post-nut clarity.
And it happens immediately.
Yeah.
It's
like, oh, why am I here?
Damn, why'd I come all the way down here?
That reminds me of time. I think it was December. I got the call on my way to Wilkinsburg. I'm running through. I'm downtown. I see you and Lydia downtown. And we kick it for a second because I'm about to go. You know, I got my umbrella. Because you said, well, it's raining. I said, yeah, I got my umbrella here. I did like this. The fucking top fell off. Hit the ground. I said, oh, well. When I got to that woman's crib, I was soaking wet. Now, for any other reason, I'd have turned around and went back home. But for this particular reason, we making that journey. I got there. She took my stuff and threw it in the dryer.
Oh, you gotta love a woman to throw your stuff in the jar.
Oh yeah, I was damn near naked the whole time. But oh my goodness,
Mm.
gotta love it.
You just stand there naked, wait on your clothes to come dry.
Yeah, a few other things. And then I had to check my timepiece because I had to make that last bus back home.
Bro, I wouldn't even think it. There was hardly any buses running, man. I don't know what happened to me.
See, that's what happened. 93 to be exact. I'll never forget it. Caught the bus, the East Liberty. I'm sorry, the East End now. It's the East End.
East side.
Due to gentrification, we call it the East End now.
East side. Make sure you bring your bicycle.
Oh, yeah. And I got over there because, I got the call as well. So I caught the bus, couple buses at that, because, coming from the south side to the east side, that's a minimum of 2.
You gotta get downtown first.
You got to get downtown. Then you got to catch something, okay? And then maybe depending on what you catching, it might get you close, might not.
And you're focused.
But you're very focused
razor-sharp focus.
because you know exactly why you're catching this bus, and you're not missing any buses. You're not lollygagging downtown. You're getting off the bus. You're getting on another bus. You're on that bus, and you're following directions. Now, before we didn't have GPS, we had to remember what this was, where to go, write it down, directions.
Yep.
We get all the way there, and I'm there, and this was one of those nights that in Pittsburgh it decided to put 3 feet of snow on the ground.
Ooh.
It had to be around March, man, because that's when we had one of our parties. And
You know what? I want to say it could have easily been around March because it was in '93, and it was definitely around the times because it melted maybe like it sort of melted maybe like that the next day into, you know what I'm saying? Like it snowed overnight into the day, then it started melting, you know what I'm saying? But the issue is that, I was stuck at that point. Okay, I was stuck. I couldn't go anywhere. And I said, well, I guess I might as well do the do. But I'll never forget this. This was the first time I found my first volcano, if you will, or I'm sorry, canyon.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
It was more like Ghostbusters when he said, "Hello," and you could hear something go, "Winston." There was somebody in that motherfucker, okay? That was still trying to get the hell out from the last snowstorm, you know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things when he started saying, I came all the way out here for this. And then I can't even go home because I can't catch anything because everything has stopped running.
And see, they like that because you're stuck. Now you got to cuddle.
You know what? I was stuck, and I found out I had that bus schedule. I found out when the first bus started running.
So you stayed awake all night.
I was. Not only did I stay awake, I was like on the bed, curled up on the side, like let the hours go by. Let me get out of here, please. This is the worst situation ever.
Now, if that's the situation where mom and dad are at home, yeah, you're screwed.
She had her own place.
Well,
it's even worse.
Well, see, I don't know what the rating scale was on her, but I do know that I'm stretching out till it's time to go. You know what I mean?
You just gonna make yourself.
Look, she tried to get me drunk and everything.
Well, see, because they already have a plan laid out.
Right.
Their plan is just to get there, figuring out how you're gonna get there. Their plan is already laid out, man. You ever notice how they don't have to change or nothing? You come in the door and they're like ready. You know what I mean? Almost like as if they didn't know you were coming.
Right? Like what? What?
Yeah,
what?
Their girls knew. Their girls knew they were smashing. Their girls already knew. That's how much they planned it out. Oh, he's coming over here tonight. Trust me
He's
on
definitely
that.
coming over.
Yeah.
And when he gets over here, girl, I ain't gonna let him go. I'm gonna put his clothes in the dryer. Put his clothes in the dryer, girl. He gonna be stuck. I'm gonna make him my boyfriend.
But he gonna be warm though.
But that's the thing, man. Like you sit back, you know what I mean? You sit back and you think like all the stuff that you did.
Climb a mountain, man.
Oh yeah.
Scalability.
But think about it. What else would we have done? That if you think about it, that was the norm. That was the norm.
Let me tell you how deep it is. We watch, well, you watch it avidly, so you know where you at. Walking Dead again. It's so funny how we can bring these references and how real life it is.
Yeah.
There was a man now during a zombie apocalypse.
Okay.
A zombie apocalypse where there's like not even half the world population left.
Okay.
And you're on these you're in these communities, and who's ever in the community is in the community. So you just can't create people to be with. They got to be in the community. There was a brother who made a CB radio and was talking on the radio trying to get somebody to come in. And finally, a woman he's never seen before, never met before, is now talking to this man.
Yep.
To the point that he had to go find her through a zombie apocalypse, through everything, just to get the pussy. You know what I'm saying?
So that sounds familiar.
So that's what we will do. We will brave our lives. We will walk through zombies that can kill us. Okay? People trying to take everything from us. Just for some ass.
So they might as well not even call us. Just
But
put
wait.
the whole thing up in the sky. We'll see it. We'll get there.
But let me tell you, it's even deeper that when you find out that the person you was talking to ain't even the person that you was supposed to, like, it was fake. It was some fake stuff, and the real person was somebody else, and you still want that ass.
Yeah, because
That's what we go through. We'll go through whatever it is. Like, oh, it wasn't you? It was you?
But you know what's funny?
Okay, that's what's up.
I watch a lot of nature programs, right?
Right.
And they showed this anaconda, right?
Oh.
And they were saying that there was a female anaconda in season. So they showed this male anaconda coming down the bank, right? Nothing but caiman all over the joint. So it was like, I could die here, or I could go through it and get me some booty. He like, fuck it. he just went on through. I'm like, that's.
But I mean, like, you think about.
But that's who we are. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That's what we do.
I ain't say anything wrong with that. I just like, well, I mean, what would you have chosen? I'm just saying.
Yeah, like, wow, wait a minute.
What we've given up, what people have given up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even in the White House, you had no idea if you was president, all you needed was pizza and a cigar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, bro, we go through some things. Cats call off work, cats lose jobs, everything, man. And then sometimes it's not even yours, it's somebody else's.
But you know, I just thought of something.
What's that?
The reason why we go through so much, because if you think about that time, we had nothing.
You want to think about how hard it was to get, too.
Yeah, but if you have nothing, it's a lot harder. You know what I mean? Like, if you walk around with 20s falling out your pocket, how hard is it?
Look, ask Flavor Flav. That brother got laid more than all of us in this room.
Well, can I give you my
And look at
story?
and Flavor Flav, if Flavor Flav, worked for a living,
Yeah.
we wouldn't know who Flavor Flav was.
Can I give y'all my Flavor Flav story?
Flavor.
I was a huge Public Enemy fan, right? So this was, I don't know how many years ago. This was at least 11, 12 years ago. Maybe a little bit more. I'm sitting in the hotel in Florida, right? I'm flipping through the channels. I had never seen this before. Flavor of Love was on.
Yeah.
I saw Flav kissing these women on the mouth, grabbing their booties, all this. And that's when I said to myself, you know what? I ain't never worried about women ever again. If they'll kiss Flav on the mouth and let Flav grip them up, and I'm watching this, right? I'm laying in bed, like, yo, I will never, ever sweat again. There's nothing, come on, bro.
I'm saying.
Flav kissing my mouth, yeah, boy.
I mean, but it ain't Flav. It ain't Flav. They kissing. They kissing the gold chains. They kissing the money. You know what I'm saying? They ain't.
Bruh,
You
I'm
know?
like looking at this. I'm like, what show is this? I didn't even. That's the first time I ever saw. I didn't know what it was.
The song, what will people do for money?
I was like, what? In
That's the
the
truth.
world?